You got to outgrow people, because as you start to become closer to who you're meant to become, you won't be entertaining things that you used to entertain. They're not gonna seem that exciting anymore. 5 reasons why I no longer chase what is not meant for me, whether it's people, places, or things. We act like we get tomorrow, but the fact that you got today and you got to watch this video, it shows that you're meant to be here. Good morning, girls. It's Monday and we are going on a walk together. Don't worry, you are gonna have time to get ready before we get into it. I wanted to show you, sorry, too fast. My name is Shenese, and on this channel, I talk about reinventing yourself while working towards becoming your own dream girl, making sure that you're putting yourself on your vision board and not anyone else. I got a new mic for our walks and we're gonna test it out today. Comes with a little case, comes with 2 cords and 2 connectors. This puffy thing for the sound. Let me charge it real quick. Y'all get ready and I'll see you downstairs. Obviously we have to have our shots, our morning shots, lemon juice, glutamine, and water, and then we're gonna head out. Okay. Baby, I just can't go back. I can't go back. Turn that thing to something. I'm a dog and I don't care about your opinion. Girl, better watch the way you talk to me. I'm fish. You can't tell me where I'm going. Tell no pictures. I ain't like nothing that you see before. Okay, I just can't go back. We're dressed. We're ready. Cheers. More health, more life. Getting and achieving our goals before the end of the year. Get your water bottles ready. Let's go. We are testing out the mic officially, so let's see if it works. Hello, 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 babes. I hope you guys are able to join me on this walk. If not, save this video for later and come back to it. Send it also to one of the girlies so that hopefully they can join you on your next hot girl walk. We want to be walking daily and getting in our daily steps. Ooh, I like the lighting over here. Don't play with it. Look at my views. Calgary views. Today, I wanted to talk about 5 reasons why I no longer chase what is not meant for me, whether it's people, places, or things. So no matter what age, no matter what season you're in, it's never too late to become aware of the things that I'm going to mention and really start to choose yourself. Really start to choose you and really working on yourself, because we end up being so distracted in our life, chasing everything outside of us rather than building up from within and letting that new aura, that beautiful aura and alignment attract what is meant for us, right? I'm gonna be starting off with number 1 here. Whatever is not meant for you is going to expire. It is going to end because it wasn't under God's plan for our life. It has to end. And sometimes we're so stubborn, I can agree. Sometimes I am so stubborn that I know it's not meant for me, or I see red flags. You can sometimes have a gut feeling where you know it's not meant for you, yet you still entertain it. Yet you still entertain the thought, you still entertain this person, go to these places that actually don't align with who you want to become. And God has something special for our life. God has something special for each of us, and that is why we're here. Sometimes you're trying to figure out, especially when you're in a rut and when you're down, you're depressed, and you just feel like nothing's working out for you. But maybe if you just stopped for a moment and just realized and just analyze your choices, analyze your actions of what you've been choosing instead of listening and allowing God to choose for you. Or just sometimes if you sit still, and that's why meditation is so good for you. Sometimes if you sit still, you're able to hear and see clearly. And clarity is so important when you're searching for and seeking for answers. When I set out in 2024 to start my YouTube channel, my only intention was to help at least one person. And thank you to the 7,000 of you guys who have taken a chance to hear me and move with me. Because I was so rebellious from years before, I wasn't allowing myself and my mind to grow. But I've never really sat and spoke to God until this year. And I was like, can you work through me so I can work through others? Because I'm only using my mind to talk. I didn't buy anything aside from this mic. For 7 months, I've just used my iPhone and the messages that are on my heart, also the experiences that I've been going through or I've gone through. And there's been many times in my life where I've begged, where I've cried, where things had to end and expire, or doors had to shut in my face. And I was wondering why it wasn't working out for me. And you have to understand that God has a bigger purpose for your life and over your life, that He always replaces our doubts and our fears with better. If you are able to accept them and not hold so close or so hard onto the things that aren't actually meant for you. So that's when I was like, I definitely need to give my ego up. I need to release and surrender and really sit down with who's my dream girl and pay attention to what aligns with me and what doesn't. Stop forcing things that don't align with me. Stop forcing relationships that don't align with me either. Number two, when it comes to people, I've just allowed them to show me who they are. And oftentimes people show you immediately 5 minutes into talking to somebody. You can tell. And if you're really self-aware and aligned with yourself, you can absorb energy well. Oh my God, guys, look at this. Look what I walked into. All right. I hope they don't come chasing me. Okay, all right. If you allow people to just talk and show themselves to you without you trying to paint a picture or paint them as potential or shape them or teach them or coach them, you just allow them to be themselves, they will show you their true colors. And I've allowed people to show me their intentions and show me who they are based on my own energy of me being a giver, me being a genuine giver of life, someone who is naturally nurturing. I've had many instances where people took advantage of my kindness. My man also calls me too nice. And now I had to take a step back and just see whose cup I'm pouring into that is oftentimes leaving me drained. And you can't pour from an empty cup, but if you continue pouring into those cups that never pour back into you, they are literally just sucking you dry. And so I knew that. And when I decided to take charge of and control of my own energy and who I pour into, I had the power. I look at I look at everything like I don't need it. I look at everything now like I don't need it. However, if I have it, I will appreciate it. And a lot of people don't understand that word appreciation. When you appreciate somebody, when you look outside of yourself to be selfless, not selfish. And if you read people well, you'll see that a lot of people are draining you. When you walk into a room and the energies are off, that's not your room. When you tell somebody your goals or your accomplishments and they get sour or their mood changes, those people aren't for you. Why are you so excited to be continually sharing your joy with people who don't want to lift you up, people who don't want to see you do well? Just because you're happy with the convenience of having a friend or somebody to just talk to, but truthfully, they're probably not even proud of you or happy for you. And so I started reading people. And once I started reading people, I just stopped chasing them. I stopped chasing what and who is not meant for me. I'm genuinely always happy for people. But sometimes people forget that we're all human. We're going through things. People forget that other people are humans. And yeah, we're sharing wins, we're sharing accomplishments like you just got up this morning. People forget that everybody has struggles, and it's not that easy to just get up and go on a 30-minute walk when your head is flustered. But that is still an accomplishment and something that should be celebrated, whether it was something small for somebody or something big for somebody. And you don't have to be comparing your life to celebrate somebody's wins or celebrate somebody's downfall. I feel like a lot of people celebrate people's downfall, and that's the scariest part about the social media. And I think once you get really right with yourself and you know the energy you give out, you'll be a little bit more protective with what you share and how you choose to share it, because not everything is meant to be told or shared. You don't need to share everything. I think I'm going to take a seat here. But not everything is meant to be told or shared, because some people just end up wanting to destroy it. Oh my God, I'm going to be another shade of chocolate by the time I'm done. I hope you guys are enjoying my walk so far. Like, trust when people are unreliable or they don't hold their word. They're just not reliable. People will often show you that they're not reliable, they're not trustworthy, they lie, just in your face, like in your face. Those people are not meant for you. You got friends, you got partners, you got people around you that you're allowing and tolerating their bad behavior and their bad traits and not calling people out. People oftentimes show you the lack of respect in your time, in who you are. And they show you so many times that they don't respect you, and we let them walk all over us. We keep taking them back. And I just want you guys to know that we oftentimes don't see what God has for us beyond the people in this temporary moment. But sometimes you outgrow people, or sometimes you just needed to do the growing. So God is either going to remove those people or he's going to remove you. And what I've learned from that is I'm not waiting on anybody to remove themselves from me. I'm going to remove myself if it no longer serves me. And I always communicate properly. For Actually, one time I didn't communicate, I just removed myself. But then I learned that I hurt that person's feelings. So then I approached it differently in any situation that I had to leave. This is no longer serving me, and who I am, it does not align with who I want to be. You're going to have friends where you used to party with them, you used to kiki and, go and look man with them. But if that is not the season you're in and you're trusting that God has a better plan for you, sometimes you do have to remove yourself, girl. Like, there's nothing wrong with taking space in your season to develop yourself, to read, to build skills, to better your education. Like, we are wasting so much time chasing people that they're showing us constantly that they're not chasing us. I remember in my first relationship, this man showed me for 5 years, I would say consistently, daily, that he did not like me. You know, I remember asking myself, like, why am I fighting so hard for love? Like, this is not what it should feel like. And eventually, when I really sat in that question, I was like, nope, This is just not meant for me. And the minute I saw that it was raining, there was fog on the window, and this girl had her name written in the fog, and it only came like, I don't even know how to describe, but you know when you can see like, words written in fog and on the car windshield, and I instantly just got up and I was like, I'm done. I didn't look back. I was just like, you don't need, say less, say less. I'm out. How many times am I going to be asking about these females and you're not telling me? And that's why it's so important to not hold on to people that constantly and consistently show you that they don't respect you. If somebody don't respect you, stop wasting your time. And don't forget to subscribe, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. I think we need to start walking again because it's hot in this area. Number three, another reason why I stopped chasing people is just simply because when we start working on ourselves, we start to outgrow people. We start to outgrow our old behavior, our old habits. Remember what I said, you have to be open to change. You have to be open to getting closer to the dream version of you. And sometimes along that journey, you can't take everybody with you. So when I was outgrowing people, I knew that I was constantly working on myself. I was a little bit isolated because I was single at the time too as well, where I was like, God, I don't know how to do this single life by myself. But I ended up figuring that out along the way, and it wasn't so bad. I spent my time listening to Jazz Turner, Haley Gamba, women like me who look at me now, 4 years later. I've got great friendships. I have set the tone and the foundation for how people treat me and what I accept and what I tolerate. And you know what? You got to outgrow people, because as you start to become closer to who you're meant to become, you won't be entertaining things that you used to entertain. They're not gonna seem that exciting anymore. Like, I don't even remember the last time I went to a club, because why am I going to a club and people are just standing there, trying to flex their bottles, that I could go to the same liquor store and get and be in peace in my house and drink. I don't drink like that though. What we praise these days is crazy. I'm not saying it's wrong to turn up as you start to reinvent yourself. I think it's just like, where do you place yourself? Which rooms do you place yourself in? If you want to be a speaker, if you want to be successful, if you want to meet high value men, where do you place yourself? Because I'm not placing myself in clubs and bars that I know my man is probably not there. I'm going to go to an upscale lounge or an upscale restaurant. I place myself in nice neighborhoods because I grew up in the hood. Dude, I'm not walking in another hood. So that is why it's like you have to outgrow your surrounding. You have to outgrow your environment. You have to outgrow some people. If they're not up to the change, if they're not up to change for themselves either, they're just not meant for you. It was a season, and you just like winter, spring, summer, and fall. Girl, your season, sometimes you gotta let them know your season is up, babe. You played your role. I learned from the experiences, but they no longer serve me. You actually drain me more than you give me life, more than you make me feel good, more than I'm leaving this conversation feeling empowered. Some people, their season just gotta be up. And you got to stop holding on to summer. If summer is going by, yeah, there's next year. And guess what? As you work on yourself and you develop yourself into someone better in the next few months, you'll be ready next year. I started 4 years ago working on this version of me, right? I didn't know I'd become this person. I didn't know I would be on YouTube. I didn't know that I would have 7,000 of subscribers today. I also didn't even know that anything like this would have been possible had I not started working on myself. And that's why you cannot give up and hold on to people who just don't make you feel good. People, places, things that don't make you feel good. You keep going back to these fast food restaurants, and it doesn't even have to be about people. You keep going back to these fast food restaurants that don't make you feel good either. What about like all these takeout restaurants that don't make you feel good either? Guys, look at my surroundings. Hello. It's beautiful. we keep going back to things that are familiar, that are comfortable. We keep self-sabotaging because of what is familiar and what's comfortable. But how do you expect to become your dream girl if you don't try, if you don't sit and analyze your it's pretty loud, like what? Seriously? Or wrong place. Number 4, why I no longer chase. Are you chasing yourself, or are you just busy, distracted, chasing other people? Because how long, I mean, 29 years later, I have decided to choose me. And how many of you guys are in your 40s, your 60s, and just regretting that you didn't choose yourself sooner? Go to bed crying, because I was one of those girls. You're unhappy, you're depressed, you're anxious, and you're sitting in situations that make you this way. Instead of chasing your happiness and chasing your potential, your own potential, not believing in other people, but actually just believing in you, not seeking any validation or affirmation or attention from anybody else, but actually just seeking everything from you and your internal soul, yourself. Why are you not choosing you? Because everybody else around you is choosing them. They're allowed to break you down because they're focused on them. They gotta be selfish sometimes. You really have to chase your own happiness. You need to stop putting off your happiness. Stop putting off waking up happy. We normalize waking up in anxiety, in stress. We keep putting off our own happiness, normalizing the fact that we wake up sick, we wake up unhappy, we wake up, sometimes we just want to end it there. And we think that we don't have a choice, we don't have to make changes, but we do. And sometimes you have to remove yourself or remove those people from you that are just making you feel worse. I had to remove social media just because I knew that it wasn't making me feel the greatest. I'm not one to compare my life, but I'm sure some of you guys are. When you see what you see, when it's a pretty polished picture and you see girls looking like this, getting this from this man or that man, you have no idea what kind of sacrifices they made to sell their soul for what they have. I've been there. Listen, and that's another story for another day. You got to run your own race, and you have choices. You get choices in this world. And you can either make good ones that help you go further, or you're going to keep choosing the ones that hinder your health, your mental health, your well-being. It's just like you keep eating fast food, but you're just clogging your arteries and getting yourself closer to a stroke, getting yourself closer to a heart attack, closer to obesity. You're not doing anything to try to break what you're doing to your body or to your mind, right? You keep running back to this toxic person, and you're not choosing your happiness. You're choosing comfort. You're choosing convenience. You're choosing this toxic emotion that is addiction. Because I remember I chose that for 5 years, and I was addicted to just the comfort that somebody was there beside me and that I could like call him whenever I needed him. But every time I left, I knew that I felt drained. Choose your own happiness. Like, that's number 4. Just choose your own happiness and don't put it off for years to come. Like, you're not going to be this hot. You're not going to be this person for too long. Like, we act like we get tomorrow, but the fact that you got today and you got to watch this video, it shows that you're meant to be here. You're meant to take these words and do something with it. You're meant to wake up and be like, no, if it doesn't serve me or make me happy, I need to go find a new job. I don't care if it pays less for now. Let me go and put myself in happier situations and ask God to guide me and provide for me, because He will if you ask, right? And happiness, we don't normalize being happy that often. I think when you see people that are happy, those are the people that most people hate because they're happy or they walk around smiling. But the fact that you can breathe and that you can drink water, like, you should be grateful. You should be happy, right? People wake up I'm like, how are you? They're like, oh, terrible. Girl, you can see, you have vision. What are you complaining about? That's why gratitude is super important. You have a choice. Based on your perspective, you have a choice. I'm gonna leave it right there. And number 5 is going to be, I no longer chase people who get salty or have an attitude when you encourage them to grow or change with you. You can't force people to grow with you. They kind of have to see you as the leader, or they kind of have to be inspired by you to start. Or sometimes it's your own haters that are wondering like, oh, how did she get there? How did she do this? And that's why you have to read people's energies, because if they're not wanting to grow with you when you were at the bottom or when you were this broken person, they don't deserve you at your best either. You got to read that one, because you're going to look at some friendships and they're going to see where you were. And some people put you in that box where they're like, no, this is who you are. And that is why you got to stop chasing people with when they place you in a certain people will put you in a box where this is where they met you or this is how they see you. Every day I get more firmer and firmer in my health goals. I try and drag my partner along with me. And I knew when I lost my dad that it's important and a non-negotiable that the man that I'm with prioritizes health. You don't need to be a bodybuilder, but you do need to prioritize your overall health. And if I'm constantly growing and pushing myself to go out for daily walks or just move my body, you need to be able to do those good things for yourself without anybody pushing you. But yeah, sometimes you just gotta let people watch from a distance and pop up. You wanna become unrecognizable? Go ghost for a little bit and work on yourself. Get really firm with your boundaries and your standards. Go ghost. Because why do you need to post everything just to flex? Why do you need to post everything so people know you're doing stuff? Because a lot of the times we want to post because of FOMO. Oh, we want people to know that we're alive, we're doing good. I don't want you to know anything about me while I'm working on myself. Like when you see the new version of me, you'll be like, damn, what did she do? Like people are asking me like, girl, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm living for me and I'm not living for the world. And I'll put up this Bible verse because it's so important for you guys to read. Stop living for the world. You know, you seeking anything outside of yourself is the reason why you will sit in your emotions and your feelings of fear, of disappointment, of anxiety, of depression, because you are living for the world. You are trying to flex for the world. You are trying to show and prove for the world. Why not chase yourself? Why not put yourself on a pedestal? You deserve that. Not for other people to applaud for you. God is already applauding for you every time you seek Him more. Every time you listen and you sit in meditation and you do good things for yourself and you turn your bad habits to good habits. I want you to know that you have somebody in your corner, and I appreciate and love you guys so much. So much. I love that you guys are loving our hot girl walks and you're moving your body. Look at that booty, girl. What? Now we gotta shift them hips. If you know, you know, you gotta shift them hips. Matcha latte made with almond milk.
Yeah. Did you want that hot or iced?
Iced. I decided to do the hot girl walk by myself. I hope you ladies are enjoying our video number 3. We've officially walked 3 hot girl walks together. And I walked for a treat today because it's Sunday. So I got myself a little shortbread. I am very old, like I'm an old soul. I really love shortbread and biscuit. This is why you have to put on a nice set, just because you never know where you're gonna end up. This was so refreshing to just get outside by myself. I needed to leave my partner at home and just be by myself at least like a few times a week. I just need to be by myself. Just do me. And I'm not doing anything bad and he trusts me, but it's just so refreshing to be in your own bubble, in your own environment, your own space. Make yourself feel good, pamper yourself. I know a lot of people are like, I want a high value man. take this advice. You want a high value man, you need to treat yourself the way you would want this high value man to treat you. So if you want him taking you out to nice places, doesn't have to be just like fancy restaurants, it could be a coffee shop. So imagine you want him to take you out to nice places or buy you flowers or buy you nice treats, then you need to do that for yourself and work on romanticizing you. If you take yourself out to get your nails done, get a massage, and you want this man to be paying for a certain lifestyle, you got to be able to do that for you. Build yourself so you know the difference. Cool. Cheers, guys. And this is my first reward of the week. I do not just reward myself on every walk. I'm either editing a YouTube video or making a YouTube video.
That's great.
But
You're a
most
blogger,
times,
right?
no, I coach women on empowering themselves to choose themselves. But when I was here the other day, I was editing a video. Yeah.
You're great.
Thank you. I do like 10K walks with them. So every Monday I post a video. And so I'm like, I'm late. I got to make sure I take a video today and then edit for tomorrow. Yeah. All right, guys, we're going to end this vlog here. And we are going to walk back to the car, go home and get ready for the day. It's Sunday. Sorry. I hope you guys enjoyed our walk today. I hope you guys stop by somewhere nice and get yourself a little treat. Remember, you don't want to overindulge. You just want a little treat. I'm walking back to my car. Hi, ladies. How are you? Good. Have an amazing Sunday. Thank you. But I love having you guys on this walk with me. Often, I love being able to talk to you and yeah, just share my mind and encourage you guys to go all out, take care of yourself, take yourself out for treats and snacks. Don't be afraid to sit alone sometimes or call up somebody who is like-minded. Okay, stop chasing people who don't fit the new version of you. Bye.